short intro. We're doing two shows today, correct, Roy? We're
Yeah, I mean,
talking
we were not able to sync up last week to
right.
swap
Last
that.
yeah,
Sorry.
last week was crazy. I was traveling. I went to see my mother, and so I had like time, and
Hey
so
man,
yeah,
it was my
that
first week back with students, so I was
oh
fucking
man,
tired.
I can imagine. I can
I'm still
imagine.
tired.
Like back to school is horrible. Driving wise, back to school is horrible. So I can imagine what like actually dealing with back to
All the
school.
college students are back now,
Oh
so
no! Yes,
in
yes.
DC.
Oh
So we got it was a mess getting home today,
yeah.
but I got home in time to do this.
Right, right, right. So I'm
So
I'm glad. I'm glad. It's been 2 weeks, so I'm happy to see you. I hope everything is well.
I'm happy to see you.
Um, yeah. Let's this. I feel like I'm talking too much because I'm dreading going in on this show. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Ahsoka episode 3 and episode 4. Episode 3 is called Time to Fly. Um Episode description: Hera tangles with New Republic politics while Ahsoka and Sabine Wren voyage to a distant planet. Things happen in that episode, and then nothing happened in that episode to
I
me.
think, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you can't complain. I think with Ahsoka with nothing happening. I think of all the Disney Plus shows, like it's been
Oh,
moving at a pace,
you're right. You're right.
like compared to like Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Yeah, at this point in Obi-Wan, we were both ready to be done with it. And you know what's crazy? You, who gives everything a chance, you were this close. Okay,
I
you were
was, yeah, it was
this close.
real bad.
But I will say though, Ahsoka, I enjoyed the opening of that episode, right? Episode 3. When the droid was teaching, was Sabine ran that whole practice session and teaching of the samurai skills. I thought was the to me the best part of the episode, like
It
seeing
was.
Sabine train, how like seeing how they the samurai influence, like you get that there's samurai influence in Star Wars, but then actually seeing it
They both of these episodes leaned into it, like
heavy.
leaned into it.
Yes, they're like, you know what, we're just gonna do it, and it's worked. I would say those are the strongest things that have worked for me in both episodes. Um, but yeah, what is your and then the whole Hera meeting again? I'm really trying to buy. You know what? Episode 4 is where I'm starting to buy Hera because she's starting to feel more like Rebels Hera to me.
Okay, look, I don't need someone to sell Mary Elizabeth Winstead to me, so I'm just
You
gonna.
and the rest of the internet because the horny boys don't need.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna specifically call me one of those, but I'm just saying, like,
Oh, you're not like me with
I'm no, I'm
yeah.
much well.
Oh, what's her name
Look,
again? Come on.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. All right, Ramona. If we're gonna like really dig into millennial culture here from
Right, right, right.
Scott
Oof,
Pilgrim.
oof. Yes.
Yeah.
You just took it all the way back for a couple people.
Oh, how can we not, man? Like,
Show your age a little bit, but
oh, I got it, man. Every day. I mean, the anime comes out soon, so that's good. I'll have a lot of feelings about that.
right, right.
Anyway,
Are we gonna touch on that?
if you want me to like, you want to be my therapist for like 4 hours while we
Please,
talk about
please.
fucking
I will
Scott
be here.
Pilgrim,
I'm
man.
here to
Like,
listen. I'm here to listen.
I'm a white millennial, man. Like, I have Scott Pilgrim feelings. But anyway,
Oh man.
I mean, I do agree. I think she's stronger in episodes 3 and 4. Like,
Right.
her performance, I think, is probably like one of the stronger ones. I think. I'm warming to Rosario Dawson
Okay,
a little
okay.
bit,
You
like
are? Oh,
like a little bit. I mean, she's still not like A plus, but I think she's definitely, I think, better in episode 4. I think it did a decent job of selling it to me. But maybe, I mean, you're the more of the cartoon like Ahsoka person,
and
so
so and that's my thing. I was discussing with a friend today, and I'm like, I have to forget all of that to enjoy the show. Like I literally have to. And it's not necessarily forgetting because again, all of the stuff that happens on those shows end up on this show, right? I'm just saying I have to forget these characters, I have to forget their mannerisms. I can't forget the story, but I have to forget these people to enjoy Ahsoka, which I'm trying to. because I one again Rosario Dawson is the biggest miss for me.
Mhm.
I'm unlike you. I'm it's so hard for me to get into her rendition or her playing. And then the same friend was like, "Oh, it's not the Ahsoka from Rebels," and I'm like, you know what? Again, I think they made this show. They also titled it Ahsoka to get a lot of the because it's Rosario Dawson. You're gonna cast her. You're definitely gonna give her top billing, right? Um, so you name the show Ahsoka, and you put she's in a lot of the scenes, and it's just not working for me.
It's fair.
But to I, the other part is like you could have just made this animation, but then this you can't sell to okay, we're gonna do this animation and then make it a feature film
No.
as live action. You can't do that, right? If you're gonna sell that, you have to sell a live action show, and so I have to forget my animated animation background for this show, and it's difficult. That's what I'll say. I am, however, warming up to Sabine.
Well, we'll get to my feelings about Sabine in the
Yeah,
fourth episode.
oh,
We you want to do like, or do we want to talk about the third? Like,
yeah.
I have a lot of Sabine feelings about the fourth episode.
Okay, yeah. Let's
Um,
wait to that. Let's wait to
all
that.
right,
So,
episode three, I thought she was good. Like, I really liked her in the first three episodes. I think they do a good job of like her Jedi training arc. I found, and the actress I do like. I like the actress like
mhm.
through the whole thing. I think she's good. Um, I don't know. I will say this about Dave Filoni. Like, he really is the most George Lucas of modern,
Oh my
like,
God, yes.
because Ahsoka fighting TIE fighters with a lightsaber out, it's like,
Oh my
George did want to come up with
God.
that. It was
Oh,
truly stupid. And there's another
oh. I was like,
truly
what is
stupid thing in the
this?
fourth episode,
I'm like,
but
what is this? What is this? You see,
truly
even
stupid.
that would you know what's crazy? The most wild thing that happened on the animation was that me?
I don't know.
Okay. The wildest thing that happened in the animation show, right? In the animated show was on Rebels where a blind not Ezra, what's his name?
Kanan, the dad
Kanan,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
little
you see
boy.
his son, right? Where Kanan, blind Kanan, goes on top of the rebel ship. Oh no, no, goes outside the rebel ship. He holds off. He helps push the rebel ship, Hera's ship, while holding something off, and that's where he dies. That's the wildest thing that happened. The strongest and most emotional thing, which is what I'm saying. Like you could have done a solid animated show and had all Freddie. Like, listen, all of the feelings and emotions that I don't think these actors are pushing through. Like I can't see it. I saw so much of it in Rebels, and I saw so much of it in Clone Wars. And if you go back to Clone Wars season 7, I think where Ahsoka is featured heavy, right? I'm not sure if you watched that, but she's featured heavy in that one because that's where she, in season I think 5 or 6, she leaves the Jedi Council, and she goes to find herself, right? And you find her somewhere, in Coruscant, I think on the lower levels, and she kind of fights her way back up, and then you get to see her go all the way through to Order 66, and then mask herself away from Anakin Vader, right? That's where we leave Ahsoka off on Clone Wars. We find her a couple of episodes in Rebels. My friend is like, you might have to go back and watch Rebels again and watch those episodes to get, to understand why Rosario is doing what she's doing here. I just feel like I don't need to. Again, there are people who never watched any of these shows, right?
Or barely in my case.
Right. Do they need to go reference? No, I feel like you don't need to do that. If your show was good enough, nobody would have to find a reference or but then again, just to understand the main story, right? If the acting was great, I wouldn't be sitting here saying, "Oh, if I had problems with the story, I have." So far, I think the story is not the problem of the show, which is
No.
amazing for a Star Wars show. The story is not the problem of the show. If we're being honest, when was the last time we
Yeah.
said that about? Don't say Andor. Don't say
Okay.
Andor.
I mean, well, let's exclude Andor from this
Right?
conversation. All right. Of the conventional Star Wars shows,
Yes.
I mean, one, this is easily the best of the conventional Star Wars shows. Let's just be
Exactly.
honest. Um, I mean, not excluding like first season Mandalorian. So
Okay.
since the first season of Mandalorian, this is the best Star Wars show.
Exactly. Like the story just makes sense.
It's
It's
very
very
straightforward.
easy. We're trying to find on this side. We're trying to find Ezra. On this side, we want to find Thrawn, and this is just what happens in between. Simple, you know.
Yeah.
The politics of the show is continuing from Mandalorian.
And it
Um,
makes sense.
it
Like
makes sense.
um the
Even Mon
only
Mothma necessarily, not like wanting to be a rebel, but then can't necessarily be a
well,
rebel.
I mean, Mon Mothma is truly an idiot if you pay attention to the Force Awakenings, where like they don't actually fully defeat them. Like, I'm sorry, the Mon Mothma lore that the sequel trilogy fostered on us is truly dumb. Like,
Oh my
like the
god.
Rebel, like the like
Rebel Mon Mothma is please.
is
You know what?
awesome, but like, look,
Let me defend Mom Mothma
no,
real quick.
because you
Not
can't
Mon,
defend her.
Mom
Mom
Mothma.
Mothma. You can't defend
Yeah.
her because they, in the continuity after the sequel trilogy,
Oh man.
they don't defeat the Empire entirely. The Empire disappears into
Right.
the outer realms. And Mon Mothma goes, well, the Empire, I don't know, they pieced out. Let's disable our military. We don't need a military anymore, even though the Empire is still there. Whatever. Let's just and then when the First Order does show up, she's like, okay,
Oh,
like,
I guess.
all right, I guess
Like,
they're
oh,
here.
I guess. Right.
I
Like,
guess.
oh, they're here.
And you're just like, what? Like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's so, like, the problem with a lot of the sequel lore is it's just so incredibly stupid. And, like, I can't look at Mon Mothma in this era anymore and not be like, this is the stupidest human being that has ever, like, existed in Star Wars until the 4th episode of Ahsoka. Because that is also considered, like, some of the truly stupidest decisions that a Star Wars character has made in a while.
Right. So all of these things, right? All of these things. Mon Mothma. I kind of hate that they're doing this to Mon Mothma because Rebels Mon Mothma, amazing. Here, I don't know. Live action Mon Mothma, you're right, has not been live action Mon Mothma has not lived up to the billing, right?
I like her in Andor. Like, her character arc is really cool in Andor.
Again, excluding Andor.
Yeah.
But the
the
thing about Andor is it shows her going up to Rebels Mon Mothma though.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's the good Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
Everything else. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
No. I mean, I will also say this about the 3rd episode. The space battle was very dumb. Like, not the like where they're shooting the TIE fighters, but like they're just like flying at the thing. It's like very undynamic, right? Like, and that pulled me out. That and the like her flipping around and killing TIE fighters with the lightsaber. That was a little too much.
No. Killing the TIE fighters. Like I don't want to talk about the action from the 3rd episode because
George would appreciate that. I could definitely see George being like, yes. Dave.
I feel like this show a little bit we're spinning lightsabers, right? You know the thing. We're flipping them. But we haven't done that, because in episode 4 I thought it was good until
the fights were great in episode 4. If we're moving to episode 4.
See, I thought it was good until it wasn't.
I thought it was good until
Sabine fight, love, right? Love all of it. Love it. Like Sabine being a Mandalorian and it's like you don't have the power, but then pew, like oh I'm a Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it was good.
That was great. But then Ahsoka fight, it was great until it wasn't. Hasn't Ahsoka touched the map before?
Well, I think it was because it was like
activated?
In the thing. It was activated. I think that's I think that's the impression you're supposed to get. Is that like it was in the middle there.
Why?
I thought the fight was cool. Like everything Ahsoka did, I thought in that sequence was cool.
That just pissed me off. Anyways, you know what?
When he's reading Wikipedia entries at her and is like, "You should feel bad, Ahsoka." Like, and it's like, okay. I thought the fight was cool.
I thought it was cool, but then this is the part where I'm saying like maybe it's me, and I don't know if they did their own stunts, Ahsoka and Rosario and Rey, right? I don't know. It just looked like old people fighting at some points.
You mean like I'm all about that. I'm all about that. I mean, I thought it was cool. They could have spent at least a little bit of money though, because like Rey had a specific fighting style, right? That's different.
Mm-hmm. That's different, yeah.
And then what they've given Ahsoka, where they're just like leaning into the samurai.
Oh, Ahsoka's a samurai.
Yeah,
Like
like
she's just a samurai. Like what?
I mean, like I think they pushed what a TV budget lightsaber fight can be. In the like,
Right, right. You know, I'm not mad at the lightsaber fights. You know what? Before we get into it, a lot of people hate new Star Wars lightsaber fights, and I'm very confused at first because I remember I'm old enough to remember prequel trilogy people saying, "Fuck this lightsaber fight." Like I hate every prequel saber lightsaber fight, right? Even though Duel of Fates,
how can you
amazing.
ever hate the big fight with Darth Maul? You can hate Phantom Menace, but that fight is just like too good. Like,
Exactly. I've seen. I'm old enough to remember people disliking a lot of the saber fights because of all the flippy flips
I
and
mean, Attack of the Clones is the worst about that. Yes, Attack of the Clones is just bad. The lightsaber fights in Attack of the Clones are terrible.
oh my god. So I remember that. But then I feel having lightsabers feel weighted. Again, they've always felt, like it's nothing. It's just light beams, right? But now they feel weighted. It doesn't. It's not just smashing like two beams of light. You're smashing things that feel right because it's supposed to feel. You're supposed to be able to feel it. And I've seen people complain about that, and I'm like so confused. Like, what do you want? So much so that people are praising a flaming sword or two flaming swords from the Dune, the Star Wars Dune movie,
Oh my
Netflix
god.
movie.
Oh my god. Well, don't listen to those people, man. Like, come on. Like, those are Snyder heads, man. Like, first off, the number one thing, come on, of all the Star Wars shows we've done, excluding Andor, we know that Star Wars fans don't know what they want, man. Like,
Excluding
that's just
Andor is amazing. I feel like we have to do that now moving forward.
but I think that's a theme of our Star Wars content. Star Wars fans do not know what they
No,
want.
they don't. No, they don't.
Like they complain. I include myself. I'm gonna do a lot of complaining about the end of this episode.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
get me
we're
wrong.
here. We're
All
here.
right,
Go for it.
fucking Sabine is truly the stupidest Star Wars character in a long
Dumb.
time.
Dumb.
Because don't Dark Jedi. Like, it's just like, why? Like, why would you agree with this man? Like, first off, I don't understand. Like, Ezra, right, chose to go and exile himself so Thrawn couldn't come back, right? That's what happened to
Right.
Rebels, right?
Right.
And you love Ezra, whether as a brother or a love interest or whatever. And like, he flung himself with a bunch of space whales into another galaxy, and you're like, I'm gonna side with this Dark Jedi to undo everything he did. I'm like, that's
If
one.
I was
That's
Ezra, I'd
stupid.
be super
Pissed.
mad.
I would
I'd
be mad too.
super mad.
I had to live with space whales and Thrawn for like 20 years or however long since Rebels ended, and you just sell me out. Two, like, come on, Sabine. Like, you dealt with Inquisitors, like, you know who Darth Vader is. Like, when a Dark Jedi says a bunch of bullshit at you, you know they're
It's a
just
bunch of
lying.
exactly.
It's like, what is this? Like, if they had like captured her, or like she tried to run and they did something, right? Like, and captured her, like, we're gonna hold on. Like, that would have been more compelling to me than her just like, I just must see Ezra so bad that I'm gonna sell out like what Ahsoka and my friends and literally everyone from Hera, my other best friend, like all of the characters are like, don't do this. Like, but it's not compelling, right? At least maybe because I don't have the connection to Ezra and the Sabine Ezra relationship, but I was just like, you're a fucking idiot, Sabine. Like, you are a huge fucking idiot. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I was like truly angry at the end of the episode.
Oh, if we're starting from the end of the episode and we're gonna come up, I hated the end of the episode. All the very end of it too. Mind you, I am a Hayden apologist. I am an Anakin apologist. I will always be an Anakin apologist for life. Anakin apologist for life. We have a group, it's on Facebook, right?
I'm sure. Is it I Hate Sand? Like, is it just like the I Hate Sand group?
Yes, I hate sand group, right? And we will go to the beach and complain about it all the time too. Listen, Disney, if you're going to put the money together for a TV show, right, to do de-aging, because we've seen it, right? And we saw the Mandalorians and people hate Mandalorian and people hated it.
Well, not the second time. They liked it the first time.
They liked it the first time because the first time you saw it, it was quick, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't. and then you what it wasn't Mandalorian, so it was Book of Boba Fett.
Boba, whatever. Mandalorian season 2.5, whatever.
Right. So on top of the fact that people didn't like Book of Boba Fett, then you had that scene in and then you had him
Multiple scenes.
speaking, and then it's like, what the fuck? I am going to start a petition for Disney Plus to stop fucking de-aging tech these
I
actors.
mean, like Hayden doesn't look that
He
much
doesn't
older,
look that much older. Makeup exists,
and he's
and
also
it's
a
probably
ghost.
cheaper.
He's also a ghost, so you can blur it, right? Like with the ghost stuff.
Right.
Put him in the
So
wig. Put Hayden in the wig. I
Hashtag.
agree. Actually, the thing I hated the most was the Vader theme playing at the end. Because if they fuck with the ending of Return of the
they're going
Jedi,
to.
I'm sorry, I'm dropping F bombs left and right because I'm
They're
annoyed
going
with
to.
this.
They're going
Like,
to.
he's not Vader, right? After Return of the Jedi, right? Like Luke, the one thing Luke does is he like redeems Anakin, and Anakin becomes one with the Force again.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
he's not a Sith anymore.
That's
Like
why
this should be.
that's why he's in the one everybody hates, but that
Yeah,
shall not be
that's
named.
why he's at the end, right? And that's like
Mhm,
Luke, like that's the moment, right? That's why he's with Yoda and Obi-Wan at the end. They're all bros again, right? Like
mhm, mhm.
Anakin is back, like with the light side, like that. He's not Vader, right? And I actually think like having Anakin come and talking to Ahsoka is a cool, like a good thing to do, right? Like I like Force Ghost, like I think it's a cool move. But if they make it like I just like no Vader, he's not like, and giving Ahsoka maybe closure about Anakin is cool. Like I really do. Like I think that's could be an emotionally compelling thing. But if they make it Vader, like he's not Vader anymore. Like he is, and he can explain like why he became Vader and the choices he made to Ahsoka. But like he's not Vader. But they played the Vader theme, not the
Mhm.
Anakin theme at the
Not the
end.
Anakin theme.
And I'm
Yes.
like, if
Just-
you fuck with the Return of the Jedi ending, I'm gonna get annoyed. Like
oh
I was
wow.
ranting at this at work. I was like, six
Oh wow.
movies. I watched those 6 movies. Like you can't
Oh
be doing that.
wow. We might get angry. You know, now I'm crossing my fingers. I actually don't want them to, but I'm crossing my fingers in hopes that they do because I'm just gonna not say anything for 30 minutes next week
Oh man, I hope. I mean, I hope it's a touching.
and
Like
let you go off. It
Hayden
has
does
to
his
be.
best Hayden stuff.
It has to be touching because I think going back to Rebels, the episode of Ahsoka isn't in Rebels, where they fight Vader, right? Because in that one episode, Ezra, they fight, he's there. And so I think in the world between worlds, he's, it was inside of the if you played the games, there's that temple and they're in there. So yeah, I think I kind of hope they don't do that to you, Roy, but a little piece of me hopes they do, just to see, like, just for I know 30, I'm just gonna give you the floor for 30 minutes. Like, it's not gonna be a show next week. It's just gonna be you going off.
Yelling about Anakin, not
Yes.
yes.
And I'm just gonna like love it. And now it'll be the episode. Might actually snip that and put that on like the internet, and then you watch you go viral. And then
Oh man,
your kids are gonna come to school the
like
next
look
day.
at this deranged Star Wars fan. That's our history portion. Which is true. I am a deranged Star Wars fan, like all Star Wars
Well,
fans. I'm deranged.
you're not. There's a level. Okay, there's levels to deranged Star Wars fans, and I think
I mean, I'm not like the quartering deranged. All
okay.
right,
Yeah,
but like that's evil. That's evil.
you're not messaging actors and actresses
No,
telling them to go kill themselves because they
no,
ruined your favorite franchise. You're not doing
no,
that, right?
no. I
Yeah.
am not.
So
No.
there's levels. Like,
Yeah. But
oh
like
man.
my heart still like look, this whole series just makes Luke look like a punk. Like that is also another thing that I can't get over. But
And
that's
that's
just a
the
structural
thing,
problem.
right? Because he's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's fucking here. Like, my problem with doing these shows, right? And again, I think we've talked about this. With doing these in between shows, right? Especially like, oh, this is in between of Clone Wars and here and here and here, is that all of this time, which is why I hate again, I'm so happy I never saw that scene in Book of Boba Fett on TV, because if I did, we would be talking about it every episode of every Star Wars show we do. But I saw the clip and I'm like, that is it. Like,
Mhm.
that is it. He's supposed to be, and then you jump to episode, was it
6 is next time he shows up.
right? And he's supposed to be
Or
like, what
six,
was it,
nine, whatever.
6?
It's
Yeah,
9, right? 9.
no, it's 8. 8.
8?
Last
8,
Jedi.
yeah. That's series of 3 is 8, yeah.
Um,
He's supposed to have rebuilt and lost the Jedi Order at some point in
But
this.
where the fuck are they? You know, and then you think about it, and the fact that we're, we're probably never gonna get those stories, right? Because they're too chicken shit to recast,
Yeah.
right? Because and it's not their fault. I will say this: it's not their fault because the one time they did it, because I'm very sure we were gonna get a bunch of like if Solo worked, I know for a fact we're gonna get a bunch of projects with recasted old school, like Luke, Leia.
I don't think we get
That,
Leia. I don't think we get Leia.
oh yeah, because she Carrie, yeah. But I think but Carrie died after
Right
Solo.
after Last of the Jedi.
No, I'm saying so if Solo worked, we
Oh
would
yeah.
have got they would have recast Leia.
If she was alive, they would have done it. But
Yeah.
I think she falls in the like T'Challa. Like
Ugh.
they're not gonna do it.
And then she never had kids, right? So Leia never had, offspring. So obviously there's no like there's no one who's gonna carry, like the family. Like so it just sucks. So yeah, back to Ahsoka real quick. Sabine is dumb.
It's super dumb. Like
The aging is
easily.
dumb.
Hmm. I
I
like the fights. You didn't.
no,
So
no, 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 no. I loved Sabine's fight. I loved I think the best part of Sabine's fight for me was the fact that I mean, she didn't necessarily win, but she didn't like lose. And I think there's gonna be a third fight, right? Between
oh
her and
yeah,
yeah. And this one is gonna be full on just lightsabers and force. Might be lightsabers and force.
and Mando because she still
Right.
has the suit but not the
And
helmet.
yes, so all of that, right? And I think that's going to be define the clear winner because what it's 1-0 right now, 101 because
It's
of the
1-1, right? Because she got stabbed and he
it's 1-0.
basically beat her.
It's a draw. That last fight was I can't really give it to her. But you know what? I'll give it because didn't she disarm her?
Yes, and then she had to use I don't know the not Sith but not Jedi smoke
Right.
screen thing.
Right.
Excuse
So
me.
yeah, she kind of you know what? So 1-1 and we need a winner. Obviously Ray and Ahsoka are going to fight again.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Ray kills Ahsoka.
Well,
No, no,
I know,
no.
I know. Ahsoka's not. If Ahsoka's gonna
I'm
die,
sorry.
she's gonna.
Ahsoka kills Ray.
I mean, sadly, Ray is passed, so I imagine
Right.
he's
So
sort of.
yeah, kills the character. Oof. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know
Listen.
what you mean. The kills the character, but I mean, he won't be like. They're not going to set him up to be the co-villain of
Right.
the movie or
You
whatever.
know what I hate about Star Wars characters and Jedi or and not Jedi and witchcraft or magic, bro. You force choke people. What the fuck? How dare how dare you
I
turn your
mean,
nose up?
like,
How dare you turn your nose up at some magic on Star Wars, like in the universe where you magically
well,
throw
because
lightning
the
at
Force
people?
is science, man. All right, the midichlorians allow
Oh, wait, are
people.
we still there?
Yeah, men.
That didn't get retcon?
No, because midichlorians were mentioned in something like
No,
recently.
no,
I
they
think it
weren't.
might have been Mando. They might have been mentioned in Mando.
Because I think in was it Last Jedi? Was it Last Jedi? Or was it Force? No, no, the Rise of the Skywalker, right? Everyone has
Everyone can.
right.
I mean, look, he's
Listen,
got a lot.
you know what's funny? We actually I can't even answer that question because we never got to see Ezra like reach his potential.
Well, he
He-
might have. Who knows? Maybe he's even more Jedi mastery than Luke.
right,
Like, I
because
mean,
we nah what and then Luke hasn't found. You know what? Don't do that.
I'm just saying. Like, what has Ezra been doing for the last? I don't know. What? How long is it since Rebels ended? Like
10,
10 years.
yeah, 5, 10, yeah, between 5 and 10 at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
So
like the actual show, or you mean the
in the
world?
universe,
All right,
yeah,
5 or 10, 5 or 10.
yeah. Right. Because it's I think it's 10, right? Because the
Yeah,
rebellion is 5 years.
yes,
Like Mando is like 5 years after that, something like that.
yeah. And
Um,
then Andor is in here
Andor's
somewhere.
in the is before that. Andor is
Oh yeah, Andor's
right up
before.
to Rebels.
Right, 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 right. Because
Um,
Saw Gerrera is still a thing. Um, it's so I can't really say he's that cold, but like in order to do what he did with the space whales and disappear everybody, he had to be some sort of force powerful, right? But he never got to progress in his training enough for me personally to think that.
I mean, like your
Bro,
baby
just go
daddy
watch
is.
Rebels. He's blind and dead. He lost his eyesight and he died. Like,
uh,
but
Look,
honestly,
it's proud Star Wars tradition though of taking children into war
if
zones.
you
So.
watch Rebels, nothing that Hera is doing. Like, this is why I said I'm warming up to the Hera character now because this is legit. She was pregnant. She was pregnant on the show.
Just
Ru-
rebelling.
Running missions. Like, what?
Hey, I engineered the kid out of wedlock. A plus Disney. Let's just say, because
Right,
right,
right. Because they
she and
weren't
Kanan never
married.
actually got
Yeah,
married,
they never
right?
got
So
married. Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, this a lot of the space battles have not been great to me.
No, I thought the one in episode 4 was okay for what it was.
It wasn't a
Right?
battle though. It was
It, wa-
just they just
it was
got
just
owned.
like
They
it
just
was
got
just a
owned.
cool sequence. I guess it was
Right.
cool, like it wasn't like
It
dumb like the previous one.
right. It was almost like the scene in was it the last the last Jedi one where this the
The bomb
didn't sh
dropping one,
no, not the bomb dropping
or
one
the
where
one where they can't accelerate, like, and the fuel is running out, even though never before or since has fuel been mentioned in Star Wars.
never.
Uh,
But then
uh,
she ends up accelerating and slicing the one ship, didn't she? And killing herself in the process.
she did the hyperspace.
Hyperspace,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's what it reminded me of. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, like, I personally,
the second one definitely was like
the
we
one
don't
in
got it.
episode 3 is
Oh man,
the one in Corellia. I thought was fine. Like Chase, I thought that was pretty well done.
right. I will say this though, Ahsoka and not the Inquisitor, that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
See,
It
that
was
was a
just,
good fight.
yeah. I mean, I just,
It's just when her and Ray were fighting, they looked like old people fighting. Like she looked tired. He looked again. If they did their own stunts, they looked old. That's it.
yeah, that's fair. Oh,
So yeah,
we got
I'm
a
sorry.
drunk take. We got a drunk take. That's what I was. Usually when you pause like that, it's like, oh.
No,
But
we don't. No, we don't. But yeah,
uh,
I mean, that's to me again. This okay, but honestly, I don't want to call it mid Soka yet. But like, it's
it's
not.
not mid.
The
It's
story again is not mid. It's just a lot of nothing happens, and it's just dead space in the show. Again, you spend I think it was 5 minutes just watching the little green bar. The
it's
little,
yellow. Thank you. It's
sorry,
yellow.
the little yellow bar just we're calculating where we need to go.
Space coordinates in
Right.
another
You
galaxy.
spend a
Is the
good
Wuzen
amount of
Bong gonna
time.
come? That's what I hope. Oh, top 10 Jedi.
Ooh.
Oh man, that oof, knives will
Nah,
fly
that's
out.
deep cuts because there's are we gonna do like EU Jedi or just like
Well, look. Well, it'll have to be all current Disney canon.
okay,
Like,
so Disney canon Jedi. Wait, so prequel trilogies Disney
it
canon?
counts. Yeah, it
Okay.
counts. Yeah.
Because
Anything
obviously
George made is still canon.
yeah, because obviously there's no way Samuel L. Jackson isn't a top 10. Like you see that's the thing I hate, right? Because we never really got to see him like go in, but if you watch Rebels, he did go in. Not
You mean
Rebels, Clone
Clone Wars?
Wars. He did go in, right?
He was
So
pretty cool. He like did it in
I mean he
episode
almost
3.
killed Palpatine
Yeah,
and
and
then got
Anakin had to
distracted.
screw it up.
Right.
So I think
Is Anakin a Jedi?
yes, Anakin's a Jedi.
So
Like,
he's top 10?
yes, I mean, yeah, like I mean, you get, like the main ones like Luke, Yoda, Obi,
I hate Luke.
Anakin.
I'm sorry, I hate Luke. I think Luke is a nepo baby. All
Oh
right.
wow,
I
wow,
think
those are
Luke
fighting
is.
words. This is
I
where
think
where
Luke
we
is a
go.
nepo baby, and I'm not giving him no time. I really
Wow,
absolutely do not like Luke. I wish Leia became a Jedi. So,
she kind of did in
no, no.
she she
Where
would
she
count. I think.
skywalked, where she
Well,
skywalked.
and she trained. They show her training Ray, and oh man, where Ray ends up is that's what
Oh,
I'm
that's gonna be a good one.
but oh man,
I
oh
don't. I think
yes,
we should do. It shouldn't be a top 10. It should be what's
a
its
tier
name?
list.
A
Oh,
tier list. a tier list. So we're gonna
Uh,
have all of them.
oh man, we
Qui
will fight
Gon.
over Luke because Luke is one of my favorite Star
No,
Wars
Luke is
characters.
nepo. I'm
And oh
sorry,
yeah, here
he's
we
ne-
go.
like Luke is. Listen, and this is it. So if people say Ray shouldn't be up there, right? If people say Ray shouldn't be up there, then Luke can't be up there because they're just to me they're the same character.
Ouch. All right, I think Ray belongs like we're talking about tier list. Ray's like a B tier, A tier. She's fine. Like she's fine.
And okay, then Luke is B tier as well.
No, he saves the Force, man.
Oh come on, Ray saves the universe.
Yeah, but the problem is Ray doesn't really have an like Ray is a fine character. She just gets screwed by really bad movies. Like, all right, particularly Rise of Skywalker, her ending. Like
Mhm.
Luke has the best Star Wars movie, Empire Strikes Back. All right.
No, Ray has the best Star Wars movie, Last Jedi. But
Well,
keep
like
going.
Luke is also in that. So by the way,
Oh wow! I can't believe you just did
all
that.
right, like I mean, there's some I will make fun of that stupid space chase
Cancel bite.
and the stupid like escaping the casino
Casino.
plan. But I love The Last Jedi. Like I think it's a great movie.
think
I
it's
love
one
Rey.
of
I
the
think
best.
she's a great character. But like we're talking about all the Jedi, she's like B tier. She's like maybe low A. Like
Okay, Luke.
above
Luke-
all of the like miscellaneous George Lucas gets a hard on looking at them.
right.
Like
Because
no.
Qui Gon's master, the one who we never really see but is mentioned.
No, Qui-Gon's master is Dooku.
No.
That's literally established in that
Oh
cartoon.
yeah, it is. Okay, great. I'll check that out now. I'll make a note of it. Thanks for reminding me. Wow, sports show update on
Oh
the
man.
Ahsoka show, right?
Well,
but
that is
honestly,
the Ahsoka waiting room. So
right. But who's the Jedi? I don't. Who's the Jedi in the beginning of what's the Clone Wars? What's the movie in the first prequel trilogy?
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. He's the one who I think he's like in the beginning of the movie. He's like just a hologram. He's giving a report. Long hair.
I'm
Oh,
now
man.
you're making me rewatch the Phantom Menace. Just
You don't have to. You don't have to. Because again, I feel like I have to rewatch that movie and the Clone Wars to get a good top 10. Like, because where would Kanan? Kanan is not a Jedi.
He is a Jedi. Oh my god, is Ahsoka a Jedi then? Like Ahsoka was literally running around the Mandalorian.
Ahsoka is not a Jedi.
Well, no, that's not true.
She left the Jedi Order,
but
she would let you know. Because she mentioned it again this episode.
No, she did not. She was basically like, I am a Jedi. Like, that's the thing. Like, in The Mandalorian, she like tells Luke, I'm no Jedi. I'm like, really? It looks like a Jedi, talks like a Jedi, and she's got to be a Jedi. She's wearing a freaking Jedi robe. But no, she wasn't. But now she is. Like, the robot keeps calling her a Jedi, and like, the bad guys keep calling her a Jedi, and she's like, I guess I'm a Jedi. Like, I don't know. There's just that idiot like planet that's going to get burned down by his nephew in 20 years. Like, that's the only other Jedi. I guess I am a Jedi. So,
Wait, then what is Ben Solo?
I mean, at the end, like when he dies, he's a Jedi.
He's a Jedi. Ugh, is that what? So that's all you need.
But Ben is like D tier, like Jedi. Like Ben sucks.
Hold on.
Ben sucks.
That throne room fight in
Last Jedi.
Yes.
Well, but here's the thing. Like, I don't give Anakin
based on
Darth Vader. He doesn't get Darth Vader.
Okay. Because Darth Vader like clears the entire. To me,
we're not talking
characters. The Jedi. Okay.
We're talking Jedi. All right. Like he gets to be throwing the Anakin stops being Anakin from End of Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
To when he throws Emperor Palpatine.
When he killed youngling.
So he still gets to be like a high A tier.
Oh, he's definitely like he's S tier.
You kill Palpatine, that gets you in there.
Yeah,
I mean, Rey.
I don't know. I cannot give you Luke. You said she's. See, you're okay. Okay, forget the movie, right? Just Rey as a Jedi. Does that movie really affect her as a Jedi, or like? So you're really throwing the story of that movie into her Jedi arc?
Yes, because it like botches like so much of what could be cool about Rey. Like the whole Palpatine backstory is so stupid. like just so dumb.
I
Like,
can't believe Drunk asked the question and we spent 10 minutes of
all
just.
right, I mean, like, because we can do this because Star
I
Wars
mean,
fans are deranged. We're deranged people.
no, like
Like,
he
we are
asked the question
fundamentally
like 10
unhealthy.
minutes ago. Like, he asked the question almost 10 minutes ago, and no, we're still here. But no,
Remember, shoot Palpatine? He fucks.
He does fuck.
when the characters go to divine, excellent, good, 50-50, blah blah, and I hate you. I promise you, whoever made this list, and if this are the tiers, right? I know Ray is an I hate you tier. I just feel
I
it in
will.
my
That will
bones.
never happen for me.
No,
Like,
I'm not.
I like
No,
Ray
no,
a
not
lot.
for me. He's saying he found a list, and on
Oh.
that list template, that's the categories, right? So divine, excellent, good, 50-50, blah, no, and I hate you. I can promise you, I don't, and Drunk. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is Ray on this list, and is she in I hate you? Because I just feel whoever made that list just hates
Mhm.
Ray. I
Oh yeah.
just feel it in my bones because that's just the kind of Star Wars people that
Like, if
people
you had
are.
asked me where Ray belongs in that tier list when Last of the Jedi came out, I'd be like high A tier. Like, not like
What?
Qui-Gon,
After
not
that?
like not like Anakin, but
Qui-Gon
like
died, bro. I'm sorry. I
the
can't.
living force, bro. The living force, man.
Qui-Gon died.
The Riz though of Qui-Gon, man. Like, it's just like it does not stop.
All right,
All
we'll
right, we
do
got.
one. You know what? We'll definitely. Now we
I mean,
have to.
there's clearly we can do one because we
Now
are
we
like
have to. Yeah, we at
like
this point we just kind of have to. Like, there's no. So maybe at the end of the show, when the show is over.
oh, when the show is over.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
feel like. I
Well,
mean, that
we
would
might
be
be
just.
jumping right into Loki though.
Oh man. So we probably will find time to do one. But I feel like that we need, like, right now we need one. I need to have this conversation with you. I need to know who your top Jedi. I don't know. It's just in my bones now. I need to know who your top Jedi are. If you have Luke as a high eight, as an A tier
Mm-hmm.
Jedi, for
He
what?
saves the Force.
He did. Listen, Nepo baby, and then he got to like.
Look, your man
know how
Anakin hates sand. All right, and is also an idiot. Like, is also an idiot. Like,
Ooh.
oh, no Sith.
No Sith, yeah.
All Sith are F tier for me. Like, I hate the Sith. The Sith are the worst. I mean, they're cool villains, but people
Right.
forget. People, this is the thing about Star Wars that I always am on about, and I'll do it at work. I do it to students. I do it to random big random people on the street. The Sith are the bad guys. All right, like,
Right.
you understand that the Empire, they might look cool, but they're the bad guys.
Yeah,
that the
they look
Sith
absolutely cool. I'm sorry.
are assholes.
They look so cool. Like,
The Sith are the worst. Like, they are
I
bad.
know,
Yes.
they look so cool.
That was the
Darth-
problem.
I'm
Like,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Darth Vader looks
Darth
cool, but
Vader is the
he's
coolest
also a
villain
genocidal
ever.
maniac, Mo. He's
I
a
know, and he
genocidal
killed
maniac.
kids. I know. I know.
All right.
Okay, like,
All
I
right.
get it. He killed children, and it's so bad that
For no
one of the-
reason.
like, one of the children survived just to get close enough to him to kill him right back, and still failed. Do you know how strong you have to be that someone survives and tries to kill you and fails twice, and then get it right? This is how cool he is, right? This is why I hated. I will tell you the truth of why I didn't necessarily like Obi-Wan, right? Finally, my man had the high ground, and they still had to cheat. They still had to cheat. Like, they just couldn't give him. They just couldn't give him the dub. They just couldn't. It's fine. It's fine.
Because Darth Vader doesn't get the dub because the Sith are L. Like, that's the thing about the Sith. They suck. Like, they're fascist. George Lucas is a lot of things, but built into the DNA is basically, he's like, these people are the worst.
Oh,
Republic,
they're horrible.
Like-
They're horrible.
but,
Don't
like,
get me wrong.
the Republic sucks and did a lot of
I
bad
wish
things.
he didn't make them
but-
look so cool, because he
That's
made
part
them
of the point, though.
right. He made them look so cool. Like, Kylo Ren is an idiot, but then his saber with the, come on, like, that was the hottest selling saber for some fucking reason.
It's cool saber. I mean, look, here's the thing about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is a great villain because he's just terrible. He
He's
is.
just dumb.
He's just dumb.
Dumb. Oh. But yeah,
man.
we're
Again,
gonna do
deranged.
we're gonna do a Just Jedi list. Don't worry, because I need to understand. Like, because what's gonna happen is while we're doing the list and we're talking about it, I'm gonna make notes. I'm gonna study for this one. It's not just gonna be a regular. Trust me, I'm coming prepped. Okay, you're kidding. I've never done a show prep, to be honest. Of all the shows
Damn.
we've done together, it's never been a prep. I just know we're gonna talk about it this way, and this way, and that's pretty much what we've done every show we've done, right? We
Mhm.
have, but I promise you, this one you're gonna get the best prep ever,
My
show prep
Obi-Wan
ever.
beard touch. Mm.
And then yes, if you know what you do, if you come in with the little with
The
the
Padawan thing.
you
I'm trying
win.
to get my hair chopped, so I
You
don't know.
win. Uh,
Um,
let's let's hire. Did you say this when you said my mom was dumb?
yeah. I mean, it's not even that higher. Like, oh my, I don't even want to get me started on that. Like,
Because it's I think the whole thing is like you hire ex-con and they're supposed to.
yeah, like, I mean, it's an
I think
interesting
that's
tension.
yes, but it's kind of dumb. I'm sorry because it's still very fresh.
Yeah.
It's still very fresh. Like from Mandalorian to here, it's very fresh. You gotta rehab. I don't know what the rehabilitation process is, right? And I think that's could it be the thing in is it the machine in Mandalorian?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they rehab. Oh wow. Anyway, let's grade the 2 episodes of Ahsoka. So 2 C's. You're right. I I can't give them anything else. Again, like I said, I like the story, and I just wish a part of me wishes they went animation, but a part of me like just knowing that if you have to sell a live action movie with these characters, you have to actually see them move in live
Mm-hmm.
action, and so it's hard to sell. So I understand why it happened. I just Rosario Dawson isn't doing it for me, and I think
That's fair.
she's bringing the quad. She's bringing the show down a little bit. Hera is finally like this is Hera taking her child on a mission is Rebels Hera, and I'm like, this makes sense. You know, um, doing something as reckless as disobeying direct order, Hera, perfectly. Being rebelly, Hera. Sabine just looks cool right now, with the
She looks
Mando.
cool, but she's an idiot. Like, that's where my C comes from. The C in episode 3 comes from the lightsabers slicing TIE
Lightsaber slice.
fighters.
Oh
And then
god.
the C is just Sabine being a true idiot. Like,
Dummy.
I can't
Because
get over it.
there's no and again, this is why like I think the question Drunk came in hot with was no, that's not true. Anakin had emotion. Um
Obi-Wan has emotions.
Obi-Wan has emotions. Qui-Gon had some emotions. Wow. Wow. I mean, wasn't she like good? Was it Luke Cage or the Marvel Netflix shows? Wasn't she good in those?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty decent in those.
She was fine.
Yeah.
Are you saying that she wasn't good in international classic film Clerks 2? Like,
Please
come
stop.
on.
Please stop. All right, that's how we're gonna end the show on the clerks reference. Uh, because the question Drunk came in with hot off the his entrance into the show was Ezra better be like that guy. But even then, Ezra sacrificed himself to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that this evil doesn't, like, so it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
dumb. You saw it, you saw him do it. Like the whole reason was to find Ezra, but not to do something stupid to find Ezra, which you end up doing. And now,
Undo everything Ezra did with his life.
yes, you just made his sacrifice dumb, and I don't like it. Like,
No, I didn't.
did
No.
Zack Snyder?
I don't even
write
give a
that?
fuck about Ezra. And I was like, this is dumb. Like,
Right.
but I mean,
She was great. Yeah.
all right, look. I don't hate this show. Like, I enjoy it. Actually, I would say I look forward to watching it, but it's also like, I mean, but again, that's the truth about Star Wars. All Star Wars fans are deranged human beings, Mo and I included. All right, we're just deranged. There's something wrong. Like, if you were a Star Wars fan, there's something wrong with you. Like, they're just
right. You know what? Listen. I think you would be getting into Cowboys fan territory right there. But yes, I totally understand it. she gave it to him, and I just was like, and I again, it was the end of the show, but I was just like, no. I'm like, I'm listening to his speech. I'm just like, no, she's not. She's definitely not doing it now. Like, she's not doing it. I think his Padawan kills him, or whatever, because he's a Dark Jedi. And would you call that a Padawan, or
She doesn't have the braid, so is she a Padawan?
I don't
Is
know.
Sabine a
I think she
Padawan?
kills him. I think she kills him, and I think the reason she kills him is because he's gonna try to be a man of his word, right? And you know, honor his word to Sabine. And I think, yeah, she's like, no, we don't do that. Or maybe at the behest of the witch.
Well, I'm kind of interested of like what his backstory is. So like, like I mean, he was a Jedi, right? Because he knows who
Right,
Anakin
because
was.
he knew who Anakin was, and he referenced Anakin a lot during
Yeah.
that fight. And
So I mean, that's how you mess with Ahsoka, right? Is like reference Anakin, her
right,
daddy.
right, because she has fucking daddy issues, and she hasn't healed. So
I mean, when your daddy becomes a genocidal Sith Lord, then like, I mean, I get it.
again,
Like,
it's not his fault. It's this Jedi Order's fault. I'm sorry. I like hear me out. You know what? Don't hear me out. It's fine. It's fine. Let
oh
me
no, no,
because
no, I'll hear you out,
I
Mo. Then
feel
I
like
will
I feel
blow
like
up your point of view.
I know. I feel
But
like I sound like every time I say it, I know it's a bad thing. I know it's a bad idea every time it's about to leave my mouth, but I just can't give Anakin all of the credit. Yes, you killed the kids on your own, but it's not your fault. If the Jedi Order had just not been shitty, Anakin doesn't kill kids.
I mean, okay, you're not wrong. Like, you're not 100% wrong, Mo. But also, like, there were a couple moments when Anakin just could have said stop. Like, all right, number one, when it's basically obvious, when like Obi-Wan is and them they're talking on the platform, and it's like Obi-Wan's kind of been like, bro, like what's going on? And like Anakin's
You
like,
came with
ah.
her. You
It's like, no,
betrayed.
I'm talking about at the beginning of the movie
Okay,
when
okay,
they
okay, okay.
separate, right? It's like
All right.
if he had just come out and been like, Padme's pregnant, if you just told Obi-Wan that at any point in the movie, I think there would have been no genocide, everything would have worked out.
Mm.
Two, this guy, the Supreme Chancellor, you've been raised by the Jedi Order. Your first surrogate father is murdered by a Sith. A Sith chops your hand off or your arm off, right?
Right.
And this guy, he comes up to you and he's like, hey, man, you know what I'm part of? The Sith Order. Like, come on. Like, yeah, like, you should be a Sith. You'd be like, you know what? I'm afraid Padme's going to die. But everything I have learned in my entire life is that these Sith are assholes. No. Like, also, like, he could have stopped. Yes,
I mean,
the Jedi Order has a lot to blame.
50-50, yes. I think it's
That's taking
50
agency
him,
away, my friend.
and it's
but
50 Jedi Order. Because you're right. He could have. Obi-Wan is his brother, right? Brother,
Yeah.
friend. Hey, bro, like, I messed up, man. I got her pregnant. You know, she's my baby mama. Okay, you know, we can work through this. You know, but Obi-Wan also never really checked in on him. Like, if we're being real, like, he never really like bro.
not coming from my man Obi here.
I'm just saying.
Ben Kenobi.
Like, yeah, I feel like he's gonna see Thrawn in person and be like, "Oh man, I don't want this," you know. And his Padawan is gonna kill him, and boom, we have new, and she's gonna like. But that's the thing: if she kills him, then he and Ahsoka don't get a rematch. Ezra is here. Who's Ezra gonna fight? Like,
I don't think Ezra fights anybody. I think Ezra shows up at the very end. Like, as I've said this since the beginning.
Like, I honestly could have gone through this entire show not having Ezra in it at all. And I love Ezra Bridger. And do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think they want to like get you to see. Oh, my phone, my camera's being weird.
Which Ezra are we leaving alone, by the way? Miller? Bridger?
No, never leave Ezra Miller alone. Ezra Miller is a. But man. I think Bridger. Is Bridger or Bridger? Bridger. Like, I think they just want to establish the actors in your head before they do the movie. So we're gonna get the Thrawn actor.
Right, they're all dead, right? because whatever comes next,
All the Jedi are dead, definitely, right?
yeah,
So they either die now or they die
of old
at the
age,
hands of Ben Solo in
right?
20 years. So, well,
Oh
I don't
man.
know. Remember the last time Anakin killed kids? Like, it just feels like you blink
Wait,
and there's a new
no,
Jedi.
hold on, no, don't wait. I promise you, if you watch the first 6 episodes of Rebels, you will not like Ahsoka. I promise you. So maybe you shouldn't watch the animated. You know what? Yeah, don't watch the animated stuff because the first season of Rebels, you're gonna see different. Like these characters, when by the time you get to the very last episode of Rebels, you're gonna be like, man. Because I think Rebels is the only show you should watch to understand Ahsoka right now. I don't think you need to watch Ahsoka because she does show up in Rebels, and the Ahsoka that apparently the Ahsoka that shows up in Rebels is the Ahsoka that we're watching now. Older, grizzled, like Batman and BVS.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Or maybe Batman and the Flash. I don't know.
Oh, my God. Wow. You're just like throwing out bangers there. Everyone's like, wow, Batman and the Flash. Like, ooh.
At least when he fought the Kryptonians, he was cool.
Oh, we're talking about that Batman. I was even thinking about Ben Affleck.
Oh no, not Batfleck. I would have said Batfleck in the Flash. I mean, there's 3 of them in the Flash, but I would have definitely said Batfleck. There's 3 Bruce Waynes in the Flash, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Ahsoka you get in Rebels, it's not the Ahsoka that you know from Clone Wars, which is why now this brings me back to the last point of the show before we're gonna leave now at this point because we've been talking for a minute. The last point is when he calls us Snapes. I'm like, that don't even sound right. I'm sorry. I was like, that does not even fucking sound right. You want to know? Because when Hayden was like, hey, I can come back and voice Anakin for the show, they said no. And so they got a different actor to voice him. They don't sound alike.
They do not. And isn't that the same actor who voices him in the like cartoon that they did? The like not Rebels, not Clone Wars, like
I think
Legacy of the Jedi.
Clone Wars. And then
no, because they did that one that has like a Dooku episode and a Qui-Gon Jinn episode.
Oh yeah,
like that, like Tales of the Jedi. Isn't he also the
act? Yes, he is.
And when Anakin shows up, it's the same actor from Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. You could just, but then it's the person who voiced Thrawn is the person who's playing Thrawn. We got lucky there.
You got lucky
there. Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm excited and utterly terrified of what they're going to do with Anakin next episode.
I'm kind of again, just for you, like just because I want my friend to come back on this show sane. I'm hoping that they don't mess with the episode with Return of the Jedi, but for the sake of the show,
you want him to just like he transforms into Darth Vader halfway through the conversation and is like, "The Sith." I'll be like, "All right, you know what?" I mean, look.
Again, I don't think they would. The reason I know, the reason I can feel like they won't do that is because she has already messed with Darth Vader in that. Again, in that portion of in Rebels, he started out calling her Snips, right? And then you saw Darth Vader, and then they got into a fight. So I don't think they're gonna do that again. Like they're definitely not doing.
They're definitely not gonna fight. I don't think they're gonna fight.
Yeah, they're gonna talk, and he's gonna call us Snips a lot, and I'm gonna be like, get this off. Then I'm gonna hate it. It's gonna be a D for me. But anyways, 2 C's. Episode 3 and episode 4 C's.
Well, I say that something in Star Wars will break my heart or whatever. But have you ever seen The Godfather Part 3? And like Michael Corleone says, like,
look at him,
well, but also like, but just when I thought they were out, they pull me back in, right? Like,
you think this is
but then he dies at the end. Spoiler alert for Godfather 3, a movie that came out like 20 years ago.
Right.
He dies alone, sad, and pathetic, but still in the mafia at the end of Godfather 3. That's being me in Star Wars. I will die alone, pathetic, without anyone around me, but still a Star Wars fan.
Still you in your favorite Star Wars shirt.
Yes, still a Star Wars fan.
I will probably die with an Anakin was right t-shirt on. Well, not the kids killing part, and it's gonna be a disclaimer at the bottom of the shirt. Not the kids killing part.
there's a picture of Anakin with Mo behind him. It says "fuck them kids." All right, and
Listen.
boom, there we go.
And scene. All right, there it is. That is the end of the show we have for you this week. I'm excited for next week, and I'm scared and excited for next week, to be very honest, because I'm like, if they do it, I think it is probably going to make the best episode of any show that we've ever done. But if they don't, we're gonna actually talk about the show. So that's the toss up right here. Thank you for watching, Drunk. Thank you for participating. I will go back on the sports show and check to find your comment on the for your picks, and we will catch you next week for another episode of Ahsoka.
Go Eagles.
If I was stop you, listen. The droid bar in Mandalorian
One of the best parts.
was one of the best parts. They were drinking and they were drunk. I think that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. A drunk.
That
droid.
episode is the best Star Wars thing released this decade.
Thank you, drunk. Thank you, drunk. We will see you next week. It is. It's the best thing ever.
Izzo throwing Baby Yoda. Who needed that? I know we're canceling Lizzo, but come on.
Yes. I don't care about what to be honest, I don't care about what anything else that happened on the show. As long as that drunk droid exists, I was happy because I felt represented. Representation matters.
Oh my God. Go before Mo gets kissed.